Hey, this is GatorEX, and normally I'm not in front of the camera for these types of videos on this channel, but I figured why not, I might try that out. Now, this weekend I was fortunate enough to go to SoCal Retro Gaming Expo. It was a lot of fun. I thought I'd vlog, but a lot of the footage I got wasn't, I didn't get a lot of footage. And that's mostly just because I'm a bad vlogger. However, I figured at least maybe I could talk about it. I'd insert whatever footage I had, and I could just go over. Now, I was there with my two friends, Bait and Kay, who you'll know from the GatorEX podcast, which you guys should be watching. It's pretty cool. We didn't get a whole lot. I set aside at least $100 that I would want to spend. In the end, I spent like 50 at most, so I stayed within budget. Bait, however, went. He got some good stuff though. I'll let him talk about that maybe in the next episode we all record together. But as far as what I actually picked up, most of it's on the shelf back here, so let's go ahead and talk about that. First, I got this Blue Eye statue. I forget what exactly the figure is called, but I remember, they release these for a lot of the other Yu-Gi-Oh cards, which I'm actually a pretty big Yu-Gi-Oh fan. I used to play like Yu-Gi-Oh a whole lot. My original first big channel is all Yu-Gi-Oh based. It's still up, and I still post on it sometimes. But yeah, I got this for like $3. That's about what it's worth, give or take. There are a bunch of just figures that like this one guy at this one booth was just trying to get rid of. From that booth, Bait got some Monster Hunter figures, which that's pretty cool. But I'm really happy with this Blue Eyes one. It's attached to the stand. Again, I forget what it's called. But like out of all the monsters that are in this series, I think Blue Eyes is the one that I'd actually want the most. Especially with speed duels now. I'm playing Blue Eyes in speed duel format. And I don't know, that's an interesting format. We'll see how it continues to shape up. Next, I was looking out for just any sort of Pokemon Game Boy games. Now I do have a few. Sadly, I don't have a lot of the ones that I grew up with from my childhood still with me because I was an idiot back then and I got rid of them. But I did pick up a copy of Pokemon Sapphire, which is pretty neat. Hopefully, I wanted to get Ruby, like hopefully, but I can only kind of find Sapphire at like a decent price. A lot of booths had them for like 25 and 30. Which I'll give you I'll tell you a secret, they're only worth like about 15, give or take. But I mean, yeah, that's pretty cool. I got Sapphire. This was 18, so that's the cheapest I could find it there. Obviously, I could try to find it like somewhere else for even cheaper, but I kind of wanted it then. And well, I don't know. At SoCal Retro Gaming Expo, a lot of places are able to trade with you too, or they'll barter or haggle or whatever. But I'm fine with what I spent on that, at least for now. At another booth, I did get this cool Porygon, which that's literally its name. It's literally called Cool Porygon. Now, this is one of my favorite promo cards. I've never owned it. I don't collect a whole lot of Pokemon trading cards. I really want to, though. I want to get, into it a little more. And so I guess Cool Porygon's kind of a good way to start. I do have, some EX cards or some rare cards or some interesting old stuff. But Cool Porygon's actually a really interesting promo card because this actually came with the Nintendo 64 bundle for Pokemon Stadium, which the same booth did have that bundle also with a Cool Porygon inside it. But you can find, Cool Porygons loose for like less. This is like $8. That's typically that's decent enough. The most I'd spend on a single card right now is 15. That's the most I've ever spent on a single card in my entire life, and that's the most I'd spend now. But this Cool Porygon is it's just so cool. It's one of my favorite things because it's a good meme card, honestly, and that's nice. I mean, I wanted to buy like something more, I guess. Like that same booth did have Pokemon Snap complete in box, which I was really tempted to get, and it would have fell within my budget, but ultimately I decided not to because for the most part it would just kind of sit in the shelf here. I do have Pokemon Snap as on the Virtual Console, which by the way I made a video about it. If I remember, I'll link it up there. But I mean, Pokemon Snap I do really love, and it's not terribly expensive, and especially to be able to find it complete in box. I'm not like huge on like complete in-box stuff, especially like because with the cardboard boxes, the games that came out back then, like Pokemon Ruby Sapphire, they had a bunch of like the old Pokemon Game Boy Advance games and Game Boy Color games in box. I think I mentioned for upwards of like 60 to 100 depending on the game, or 150 depending on which one it was. And while that's so nice, and I would absolutely love it just to have. I'm not big on it, and like for the most part, like I said, I don't even have a lot of these games. I don't even have like any Gen 3 games. I just picked one up with Pokemon Sapphire. I'm mostly focused on getting games that I would like to have first, and then I'll focus on getting boxes. At that same booth, I found Pokemon Coliseum, the disc. Now, the sticker here says 25. I got it for a little less because I got it together with the cool Porygon for less. So why did I buy a game in this terrible sleeve just by itself? Well, again, I did say I'm not big on boxes, but I do happen to have, right here, Pokemon Coliseum. Why'd you get the game if you already had it? Well, here's the secret. I don't have the game. I lost the game. This is from when I was a kid and years ago, and I lost the game. It's just straight up gone. So I still have the case with the manual, right? So I have it complete. Well, okay, now I have it complete because I had this, but for whatever reason, I was a real stupid kid and I lost the disc. So now we can make that wrong a right by taking this disc and placing it where it belongs here in a case. There. Now I've got a complete Pokemon Coliseum. Nothing too big to write home about because I think it's only like 30-something complete. And like the disc typically goes for like 25. I got it for, or no, 26. I got it for less than that again, as I got it together with the cool Porygon because he just kind of wanted to get rid of it. But I'm pretty happy. That's something that that's specifically what I wanted to find while I was over there. I wanted to find Pokemon. Wanted to find Pokemon Coliseum and Pokemon Ruby Sapphire. For the rest of the con, it was pretty fun. We got to go through the arcade. We went to a panel for Wood from his channel Beat 'em Ups, which that's a pretty cool channel that I like seeing. I did also get to meet the guys from the Pixel Game Squad, which I really like their NES Pursuit videos. You know, there are a lot of YouTube people there. I also happened to see them, like visually see them. I didn't walk up to them or approach them because some other people I'm not necessarily a huge fan of. James Rolfe, the Angry Video Game Nerd, was there. Andre Black Nerd was there, which I watch his videos occasionally. Not a huge fan, but he did bump into me. So Andre, I don't know if you see this. That was me that you bumped into. No harsh feelings. I thought it was pretty cool. Boogie was also there, but I didn't see him at all. But yeah, it was real interesting. I did get to see. I was mostly just kind of there for the experience. I wasn't really planning to like really meet any YouTubers, but it was really cool that I did get to see some of the ones that I really do like and really do enjoy watching. Lunch was great, of course, which that's the most footage I have. The most footage I have is our lunch, and I almost killed Bait by saying something funny while he was eating. It was at my own expense, at least, what was funny. It's a long story. Maybe we'll talk about it some other time.
Only as I'm eating my burger did it occur to me to try to vlog it. But I mean, I got fries and onion rings. And yeah, what'd you guys get?
I don't know, but it's salty.
And you got a...
I put pineapple on my burger.
That's better than on pizza.
I mostly wanted to focus on buying video game related stuff, but there were a lot of booths that had some anime stuff. And I couldn't give in. We got these little Hero Academia figures. So both me, or all three of us, me, Bait, and Kay all got one of these. And we decided to open them up, because they're blind bags, to see what we got. And I'm not disappointed with what I got. I got Bakugo. Hang on, let's see. Camera's here. Bakugo, I know, it's kind of neat. Not a huge fan of like these shapes of things. But I mean, that's at least cool. Out of everyone I could have gotten, I guess that's a pretty good one. Mineta is one of the secret hidden figures, which I wouldn't have minded that. I thought that was pretty cool. Now I just got to figure out where exactly I'm going to put this because it's a keychain, and I don't typically keep things on my keychain because I tend to lose them. And I mean, I guess it seems kind of lame that I didn't get a whole lot of pickups. I mean, I'll at least bring up that I did get this Squirtle like a few weeks ago, and I never talked about it. So maybe again, you know, I think I mentioned this is something I might do. Maybe I'll just do videos compiling like game pickups for the month. So these are the game pickups for February 2019, and oh gosh, I absolutely love this Squirtle. Like, I was at the store when I got this, and they had all three of them. They had Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle, right? And I thought maybe I could get all three of them, or maybe I'll just get one, and I got just Squirtle because I really like, okay, hear me out on this. I love my Rowlet plush, right? Because it's so fun to hold, because it's a ball. That's straight up, it's a ball, it's so fun to hold. Squirtle is fun to hold because he's like a little child, I guess. They don't make childs this small, but I just like holding him like this. It's amazing. And like out of the starters, I genuinely like them all, but I think that Squirtle is the best single stage starter. Fight me on that. Charizard I think is the best third stage, but Squirtle is the best first stage. and then Ivysaur's the best second stage. That's generally how I see, which is basically the same thought as Pokemon Trainer from Smash Bros. But yeah, that's the Squirtle I got. This is one of my favorite things I've gotten so far of this year, just because it's a plush. The games are cool, and I'm going to play through them. It's going to be fun to play Pokemon Coliseum again, going to be fun to play Pokemon Sapphire. That's real neat. And overall, that was SoCal Retro Games Expo and just my pickups and talk about it. But let me know what you think, if you thought that was cool. We're going to be going to another convention next month. It's going to be an anime convention. I don't know if, maybe we'll talk about that here, because video game and anime stuff kind of tends to mix in for the most part. Like, a lot of these conventions are basically just geek conventions where you get your video game stuff, you get your Western cartoon stuff, you get your anime stuff, all kind of mixed in. And while each convention does kind of specifically focus on one thing, you're going to get everything when you go to a convention. So at the anime convention that we're going to next month, there'll probably be video game related stuff. So I don't know. Maybe I'll try to vlog that one. Maybe I'll try to get a little more. Or if I do a pickups video afterwards, hey, that could be something I'll do. But anyway, point of the story is that cool Porygon is very, very cool. Honestly, legitimately the favorite thing that I got there. Even though it's not huge, it's not big, but I'm very, very happy with this cool Porygon. But anyway, leave a comment below if you enjoyed the content. Likes, subscriptions, they all mean so much with the GatorEX Plays channel, because it's really fun here as an additional outlet for stuff that I wouldn't normally do that's not completely Pokemon related. But again, watch the podcast if that's something you guys think is really cool, because I'm having fun doing that. Anyway, this has been GatorEX. Have a nice day and stay cool.